Good evening and welcome to AKF TV. This is Deputy-CdA Nuumo Taalib Amin, member of the Nubian Kushite Kasamsu tribal nation. Those of you who have an interest in our task force, we invite you to apply for membership and come aboard and get involved in the training. What we are working on is rehabilitating, reestablishing, rebuilding all 55 African nations simultaneously. We have a plan called Project 7 Phoenix that we will unfold in every kingdom throughout the continent, throughout the South world, throughout the Central America, South America, the Caribbean, as well as in the diaspora. We are the African Kingdoms Federation of the South, and we trace our history and heritage back to the Sheba throne, the oldest known throne in the history of the world, the Royal Sheba throne. I work out of the Royal Office of Her Imperial Majesty Queen Sheba Saira III, and I will be dealing with protocol, royal protocol. So our job is to go and study the history of protocol, what protocol is about, how we function within kingdoms, what are the rules and regulations as to how one should function. Those of us born in the diaspora have very little knowledge about royal protocol because we were moved away from those systems. Now, the African Kingdoms Federation is open to all people of goodwill. We invite you to come aboard. Look around the sites, African Kingdoms Federation site. Look, check out the Nubia-Sheba with an H-Kingdoms.com site. There are tons and tons of information there. We have our libraries are over 15,000 pages, so you can spend hours and hours, days, weeks and months in those libraries. We have a lot of catching up to do to catch up to what's going on, has gone on in the world, and what is going on in the world. Now, our Project 7 Phoenix is a plan that has been developed over the last couple of decades by the Federation under the auspices of Queen Sheba III. And the plan is in depth and is designed to alleviate, eradicate poverty over the next couple of decades through implementing these programs. We are building our task force or task forces to go and work in the kingdoms, various kingdoms. We have placed people from the Ambassadorial Council and the ambassadors' offices. We have 275 people in place now throughout the continent, and we will be working in tandem with the Royal Office and the Imperial Office to execute the plan. Those of you who have an interest in helping to do something larger than life, something bigger than self, bring your skills and talents on board. Apply for admission to the task force. See if there's a fit. We believe that those people of goodwill can be fit into our task force programs. Now, we do have protocols, and the protocols you will find under the at the first page. I want to cite the exact spot. You go and you there's a royal decree, part 1, that you should listen to. Listen to the tape, then read the decree, study it, take notes, take copious notes. That is the best way to get a good understanding, because with the notes you can always go back and ask questions, and we have people that can answer those questions. And then scroll down further, and we're talking about on the AFK entrance page. Scroll down further and read and study the protocols. Our charge d'affaires, Dame Mary, has already released a couple videos relating to the protocols. So you can listen to the video there, take notes there, read it for yourself, and we'll be further down the road. And as we prepare in our training, we want to go forward as a team. We want to follow protocol, we want to follow decorum, and that's what we will do. Secondly, I want you to read the welcome from Queen Sheba. So welcome to all. This will prepare our minds for the task that's unfolding before us. We invite you to join with us. We invite you to come aboard. We invite you to bring your skills, your talents, your good heart, your willingness to work, your willingness to learn, and to help build this program. The biggest thing that will come out of our work and efforts over the next year will be our Royal Tournament. In the past, tournaments have been a way of bringing kingdoms together. We have people from varying kingdoms come. We have the athletes and the entertainers there. We have royalty there. We have food, culture, dance, and people get to know each other. And with our Royal Tournament, which will be encompass football, soccer as it's called in the West, and basketball. This will bring those from the diaspora directly in, because we have this extreme interest in basketball, and people around the world have an extreme interest in football. So we want to highlight those two athletic events along with a few others, and bring people from around the world to a gathering for a world tournament that will conclude in an African country. We're in the process of selecting which country will hold the initial tournament. So I invite you to go to the African Kingdoms Federation site, African-Kingdoms-Federation.com, or Nubia-Sheba with an H-Kingdoms.com, and study, look around, learn, probe, ask questions. Study the royal kingdoms, study the royal houses, and get a picture of what has been kept from the world for a very, very long time. Most of us who know anything about Queen of Sheba is from our early on religious training, and nobody's been around to tell us that this throne is still intact, and that the throne and the one who sits on that throne is the imperial queen. So she sits on the oldest throne in the world. We're a matriarchal system, and our throne's a matriarchal lineage. Now we do have patriarchal within that. So we have the kings and we have the queens, but we have the imperial queen, who is the head of the federation. We will be broadcasting, we'll be working and learning together. Queen Sheba has already released about 4 tapes over the last couple weeks, so I invite you and encourage you to listen to those broadcasts. You can find them on YouTube, you can find them on ustream.tv/channel/AKFTV. Listen to a broadcast, listen to what's being said, and get a feel for what the Federation is about. And as I said earlier, all people of goodwill are invited. Come aboard the Ark with us, the Ark of Nubia, and help us build this new world. I'll be back in a few on another tape. Once again, this is Deputy-CdA, Nuumo, Taalib, Amin. Good evening.